Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over a deck list that got my invites to the World Championship Qualifier in Minnesota. Uh, there is going to be a little bit at the end talking about how I actually got my invite. But we're just going to go over the deck list and kind of the ideas that were there while going over it, and why I thought this is one of the best deck lists at the time. I got this invite, I believe, back in February, maybe March. Uh, and so it's been a little bit now, but it's still been on my mind and trying to get it out there. So I went with Brandon Magistus Dracotail. I've been on the Magistus stuff pretty much since Brandon came out. When I went to YCS Pittsburgh, I even was running the Magistus stuff with the edge imps and all that stuff because we didn't have Spenta out yet. But let's just go over the card by card and kind of what the ideas were. First, we have 3 copies of 5 mana. If you don't know what 5 mana does, quick effect, fuse a dragon or spellcaster, and if they're used as fusion, set a spell trap. All the Dracotails, main decks I should say, have the effect to set a Dracotail spell trap if they're used as fusion material. 3 Luciuses, what they do is they add a Dracotail name. We got one of Malulu, quick effect fuse when he's normal summoned, and then his bonus effect, all the dragons get bonus effects. His bonus effect is non-targeting permanent negate of a monster on the field. Pan, its bonus effect is non-targeting pop of a monster on the field. It also has another effect where if a Dracotail, or necessarily not even a Dracotail, if a fusion is destroyed by anything other than battle, pretty much, you can revive a Dracotail name and place him on the bottom. We got one of Frixel, which is a monster reborn, and a compulse of one of your own monsters. And then we got Dracotail Urgala, which is a non-targeting spell trap pop, and a bottom himself to add a Dracotail spellcaster from grave. That completes basically the Dracotail monster lineups, and now let's move over towards the branded. We got the one Fallen of Elbaz, this pretty staple. We have 2 Larry Birds. The reason why he's Larry Bird is that he's Ballin' of the White. If you don't know what either of these cards do, Fallen of Elbaz has been around for how long? 4 years, I want to say now. He's super poly by using himself. Fallen of the White Dragon is a send to the graveyard from the extra deck, and an E-Telly, a Ecclesia from deck. Talking about Ecclesia, we got Incredible Ecclesia. She's a level 4 tuner, primarily what you use her for. She also has the quick effect to attribute herself to summon a Fallen of Elbaz, which Fallen of the White Dragon always treated as Fallen of Elbaz. Also has another effect where if a fusion is in the graveyard, this turn, while she was in the graveyard, you can add her back. We also got the Blazing Cartesia, which is a lot like Malulu, quick effect fuse, but she also has the effect of if a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard, you add it back to your hand as well. That's pretty much it for the branded stuff. It's very minimal. You don't need a lot there. Same with the Magistus stuff, which we're going to get into. We got Spenta. Spenta here is the best card in the deck, if you ask me. This card is pretty much everything. It's full combo by itself, all 3 ways. Basically, if you don't know what she does, it adds a Magistus other than herself. And then in the graveyard, she can banish herself to equip a Magistus card from the extra deck or grave. That is huge. Brilliant. Beautiful. We got Zoroa, the Magistus of Flame. He on summon, well, not even on summon. His effect is He targets a Magistus monster and equip it from the extra deck. If he's the one that comes equipped, you can special summon a level 4 or... no, I don't think it were low. Level 4 spellcaster from grave, but negate its effects. That's pretty cool because he, if you didn't see, is a tuner. So you can use Spenta to then grab Zoroa, normal summon Zoroa, equip him, and then summon back the Spenta, and right there you got a free a free Synchro 8. We also got Crowley the Grifted Magistus, or the Poplar of the deck. If he's added to the hand, except by drawing him, special summon him, and then when he's summoned, he fuses, and he's always treated as Alistair the Invoker. Looking forward into the future when Chaos Origins come out, you'll probably see a lot of these 5 cards because there's new invoked monsters. Next, we got the Spells and Traps. We got the 1 Ketu, which is the Rhoda, and if your opponent controls a monster, Fusion for Dracotail. We got 3 Rahus, which is kind of like the branded fusion. It's a fusion that can send monster from the deck for a Dracotail name. We got 2 Fallen in the Virtuouses, which is a either pop or a monster reborn, depending on what you have in your graveyard. You just have to send a monster that, for the pop, you just have to send a monster from the extra deck that mentions Fallen of Elbaz. Then we got the 3 traps of Dracotail, all have the same effect at the end, where it places a Dracotail name on the bottom of the deck to draw 1, but we got Flame, which negates a spell, Horn, which is a compulse, so it bounces a monster, an attack position specifically, and we got kind of a double DD Crow. It will banish a monster and or 1 spell or trap from the graveyard, and that kind of completes everything that isn't generic. Then we have the 3 Ash Blossoms, the 3 Ghost Spells, the 2 Drools, and the 3 Fuas. The reason why you're running Drools in this versus something, let's say, like Imperm, or anything else, is because he is a spellcaster. It doesn't hurt you to run this. With the Dracotails, you really don't want to run a lot of spell traps. You want to run the bare minimum and constantly have monsters in your hand because of their fusions. We'll go down to the fusions now, or like the extra deck. We got the Iowas. The Iowas here is your Liger out. It gains 1,000 attack. The other effect you don't really get because he's not really somebody you summon, but he is a Snatch Steal equip, so he will Snatch Steal a card your opponent controls and equip himself to it. So in kind of weird situations, I guess you can do it. We also have, I did not organize this in the bottom, but we'll just go over to the other Magistus and stuff like that. We got the Invoked Magistus Omega. This card is a little bit hard to justify. He's really good if there's no interactions. He takes Alistair the Invoker plus a fusion, an extra deck monster pretty much. And like I said, Crowley up here is Alistair the Invoker. So you can pretty much make him a lot of the times by either using Rahu, by using 5 mana, by using anything. You can make him all the time. He has the on special summon effect of targeting a fusion, an extra deck monster in the graveyard and a monster on the field. Banish both of them. If he's destroyed by battle or card effect, he will special summon a level 4 spellcaster from deck. Pretty good. Next, for the Magistus stuff, we have Ninawaru. This, you will never use its on-field effect. For a monster, its effect is pop one of your spells and one of your spell traps, pop your opponent's spell trap. That's when it's equipped. It's pretty much here just as an Xyz. Next we have Artemis. Artemis, again, you'll rarely ever use its on-field effect to equip a Magistus when you summon a Magistus. It's really wonky. You'd use it always with like Spenta to just equip it to a monster, and then it has the effect to add a Magistus, which again, see how they all kind of work together. Spenta grabs Zoroa, Zoroa equip, do all that. We have Zoroa the Magistus, Conflagrant Calamity. This is very cool. This is a good floodgate, as in it's outed very easily. It doesn't have a lot of protection. What he says is that when he's synchro, he can equip something from the extra deck. That's pretty cool. The other effect, the reason why I said Iowas is your Liger out, is if you equip Iowas with Zoroa. Or Zoroa with Iowas, I should say. Zoroa states that your opponent cannot activate monster effects that are the same of what he's equipped with from the extra deck. So if he's equipped with fusions, they can't activate fusions. If they're equipped with synchros, can't activate synchros. Xyz can't, or links can't do that. And that's how it kind of works. So he's at 29. You equip him with Iowas. He goes up to 39. They can't activate their Ligers. You can beat over them. And then we have the main guy for Magistus. The other Zoroa, the Verthragna. This is a quick effect, send a Magistus face up to negate a monster and then non-targeting destroy. He also has the on-field effect where once per turn he can target an effect monster in the graveyard or your opponent controls and equip it to him. Pretty solid. We also have the Dracotail names, which just 2 Arthelions and 1 Gumel. The reason why I went with 2 Arthelions is just because of the invoked Magistus Omega. The line that you really go off is that you would do all of this stuff. You would make the Conflagrant Calamity and then fuse it into Magistus Omega. Magistus Omega, you don't really need to use on field effect unless it's very sticky. But Conflagrant Calamity also has the effect of, if it's synchro summoned the first time, you can target a fusion on the field, pop it, and summon this guy back. So how it would work, you would make this, fuse it into Invoke Magistus Omega, then you would go Conflagrant Calamity, pop Omega. Omega would then summon out Lucaeus. And then you would go into full Dracotail. Or I guess you could summon out Incredible Ecclesia or Blazing Cartesia if that's what you needed. Or even Frixel. You would be able to summon out pretty much whatever you wanted. For the branded stuff, we are running a very, very, very minimal branded package. We're just running the Ecclesia of the Dark Dragon, which is quick effect, banish for effect, to special summon a Fallen of Elbaz or a monster that mentions it. This gets you into everything as well. Like I said, Spenta is full combo, but the Fallen of the White Dragon is full combo for all 3 of these archetypes as well. It also has the effect of when it's in the graveyard, you can target another level 8 graveyard and shuffle it back. If you notice, all of these cards are all a level 8, except for, is it Gumel, I believe. Gumel is level 7, I believe, but everything else is a level 8. So, if she ever goes to the graveyard and you got a fusion in your graveyard, you'll constantly put her and the fusion back. Next, we have the Albion the Branded Dragon. You're not really summoning this guy. You can, but you're using him as his graveyard effect by sending him off the Fallen of the Virtuous to then set another Fallen of the Virtuous. We have Sanctifier Dragon, which again, if you don't know, it will Monster Reborn 2 monsters in any graveyard, 1 to my side, 1 to your side. So the idea is that you would Monster Reborn the Fallen of Elbaz on my side and whatever on your side, and then immediately trigger the Fallen of Elbaz. And the last one for the branded stuff is the Dragon that Devours the Dogma. This monster is insane. Uh, the more I play around with this, the more I realize how insane it actually is. Uh, it becomes a tower, a 3,500 towers if you have an Ecclesia in graveyard. On summon, it will shuffle things back. It it's just really good. If it's sent to the graveyard, adds a Dogmatica or a Tri-Brigade, which the Fallen and the Virtuous is always treated as a branded or Dogmatica. So even if you send it off the Fallen and the Virtuous, you will then be able to grab the second Fallen and the Virtuous. The last cards in the extra deck are more simplistic. We have Secretarian Dragon, which basically states that your opponent cannot activate special summon dragon or spellcasters, and it can target a dragon and spellcaster, bottom one, special summon the other one, and then SP, pretty much we all know, quick effect, target 2 cards, banish. That's the extra deck. There's not really a lot there that is spicy or anything cool. Next, well, let's go to the extra deck. I mean, not the extra deck, the side deck. We're running 2 Lancias. In my area, we are still seeing a lot of Malice play. And also against like something like Orcus is being played a lot, and Lancia kind of hoses all of that. Again, doesn't really matter. It's a monster in the hand, which is what the Arthelion and the Gurmel need. 3 Pinks. I went with Pink over Fenrir because Pink is a quick effect pop. He kind of plays a similar role as the two, but the fact that he's a quick effect, the reason why you would run Fenrir is because Fenrir grabs you another Fenrir, which increases your hand for the fusions, where Pink is a quick effect, just get rid of something on the field, non-targeting. No, never mind, it is targeting. I got it confused with a different card that in a future deck list profile we'll go off of. 2 effect veilers. This is, say, if I play against something like a Dracotail, just easily side out Droll. Dracotail does not care. They can play around Droll. So you side those in. 2 Nibs, again, siding into something that doesn't really care about Droll, doesn't really care about it, just like a spamming deck. You just throw these in there, and you're like, okay, again, it's a monster. We're going to skip over 1 card. We're going to go 2 Branded Fusions. Branded Fusion's a bad card. It locks you out of pretty much everything that new Elbaz wants to do. What he wants to do is go into these fusions and then, these synchros, and then fuse using these on-field effects. Branded Fusion, well, it locks you into fusions for the entire turn, before and after. The reason why it's on the side, if I am made to go first, you would side out like the Charmies, stuff like that. Throw these in there if you're looking for extra consistency. You would side out like either the Charmies, or say if I was going up against Dracotail, obviously the Drolls and stuff such as. Then we got 3 Solemn Strikes. Solemn Strike, just a really good card. Every card special summons. Every monster has an effect. If you use it right, just neuter everything. And the card that I skipped over is one of my personal favorite cards the entire time. This card, I don't know what the hell that is. This card is the Iris Sword Soul. This card is bad. This card is not good. It is kind of an Elbaz card, as it is in the lore, but it's not good. It's a level 8 light spellcaster, so it fits in the theming of the deck. What it does is if a monster is negated is on the field. So this isn't something like an Ash Blossom. This is more if you hit him with an Effect Veiler or a Malulu. Is on the field. You can special summon this card. As you can probably read right over here. It has 3 effects that can be activated depending on where they special summon. If they special summon a monster from the hand, you were able to counter that and special summon a monster from your hand. Uh, if they special summon from the deck, you get to Pot of Greed. And if they special summon cards from the extra deck, you are able to destroy one of those monsters from the extra deck at pretty much quick effect. It is not good. There is not really a good way to search it. It is just you have to see it. I threw it in here for the funnies. It's one of my favorite cards. Just it's just really cool. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of the deck list. The idea is that either if you open up Fallen of the White Dragon, Incredible Ecclesia, or Spenta, and you are shown with either minimal or zero interaction, you are able to get into all three archetypes and have full board presence of all of them. Like I said, Spenta grabs Zeroa, Zeroa summon, grabs Spenta. You can immediately go into the Ecclesia because it is a generic rank 8. Same with the Zeroa Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. All you need is a Spellcaster Tuner, which Incredible Ecclesia fits that. So you would go into either Ecclesia or Zeroa depending on what you want. Be able to special summon out a level 4 non-tuner and a level 4 tuner to go into the other one. Then to go full combo in that. If you are able to go into the Invoked Magistus Omega, able to grab Lucaeus and find Mena. And then go full combo in that. That's happened a few times at the OTS Championship that I was there. And it worked out because I got my invite. But now we got to talk about how I got my invite. How, excuse me. How I got my invite. It's a little bit wonky. So I am from Michigan, and I had to go down to a city called Battle Creek to play in this OTS Championship. So I went down there. A bunch of my friends, a bunch of the people that I play cards with, we went down there, and we're all fighting for an invite. I was fighting for my first one, along with a few other friends. It was supposed to be 5 rounds, to top cut to 8, and then the top 4 got their invites. This was I believe, 24-person event. It could have been 17, I cannot remember. It was either 17 or 24-person event. And everything was kind of good. The vibes were pretty solid. I lost my first round, won the next 2, and then I lost my last round. And if you were astute, you heard that this was 5 rounds, and I just said 4. I won, lost 2, and then, I lost 1, 2, then I lost in my final round. How does that make sense? Well, during round 4, the day prior, I should say, there was a big storm in Michigan, especially in that part. So there was a lot of electrical repairs. There was tornadoes that touched down relatively close. So we're sitting there playing mid-round 4, and the power just goes out. We have no idea what's going on. We look across the street, and across the street they have power. Just the side of the street that the card shop is on doesn't have power. The owners of the card shop, the tournament organizers, they email Konami to see what is the protocol because they don't have internet. The laptop is running out of battery. There's not a real good way to see who wins, and obviously there's no lights in the store. Forcing the tournament to be canceled. The whole thing was canceled. Nobody got their invites. Nothing. Doesn't matter how good you were. At the point where I was 2-2, there was going to be, if I would win the next round, I would have gotten to top 8. Um, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like kind of mad. I played the first round, I played awful, but the last round, the one that I lost, I played really well, just outgassed at the end. But kind of everybody was mad. One of my friends, he was the number 3 in the standings at the current time. He was mad. He's trying to get his first invite as well. Just everybody's mad. A couple days pass, and I get a call from the person who judged it. This is Grant from Team Evo. Go check out the Team Evo YouTube channel. He, he doesn't necessarily call me. He calls my other friends that went there, who then in turn call me, and stating that I got my invite along with everybody else at the which OTS championship. I'm confused. Why did we get the invite? Uh, well, it seemed that Konami deemed it as there was no real way to see who would have gotten their invite. So they determined that everybody at that OTS championship should get their invite. So 17 plus people, just by showing up, got their invite. One of the other people that goes to my locals all the time was X3 and was driving home. Didn't even know the power went out. And he got his invite. So, just kind of a funny little story. The reason why the power went out is apparently somebody crashed their car into a tree, which then in turn knocked the tree into power lines and cut the power. The guy, from what I could tell from the research I did, was perfectly fine. Just lost control of the vehicle for a second. Which dubbed the 7 people from our locals that went there as Tree Gang. Because we got our invites because of a tree. And yeah, so it's kind of a weird, funny story to get our first invites. A lot of people say that that's not a true invite. I look at it as an invite's an invite. So it doesn't matter if you count it as true or not. An invite's an invite. But I am going to try to back that up. One of the people that went there, you can look him up. His name is Patrick at the Columbus Regional, I believe, or was it Indy? He finished 33rd, where top 36 got their invites. He finished 33rd in the first regional he went to after it. Playing the same deck that he bought there, which he was playing just branded Dracotail. So yeah, like, you can back it up. I'm going to try to back mine up at the upcoming Lansing Regional in Michigan on the 25th. So yeah, this just kind of divulged into story time here at the end. But generally speaking, I like this deck. This deck can 100% win pretty much anything. I think this is the best deck in the current format right now. A lot of people are saying that, well, it hasn't topped, and the branded stuff seems to be the default. The branded stuff, it can do a lot of things. Like I said, with the Magistus stuff, can do a lot of things as well. But, yeah, so please leave a like, comment, dislike, negative comment. I don't really care. Leave some engagement. Let me know what you kind of want to see in the future. And, yeah, like always, peace and chicken grease. Oh, look at that. Timed out due to inactivity. That was perfect.